Hello and welcome to my Web 2.0 platform evaluation. This is something that has been quite unique to look into, and I'm really excited about these three particular platforms. I really appreciate the way that they tap into all of really the different intelligences that people exhibit so that they're able to engage in multiple ways within the same platform. Wolfmann Alpha, as you can see here, is the first one I'm highlighting. This is really a new style of search engine that allows computing answers and providing knowledge to you, not just give you a list of things. So, for example, I'm going to come over here and I want to type in the Krebs cycle. There it is, just like you would for anything else. Now, the one thing is so cool is you'll see here an assumption. It's assuming that the TCA cycle is this and use this instead if you're looking at that. But it will highlight for you what is happening through this cycle, which is exactly correct. Plus it will break down some of the other specific details that maybe you need to know for your notes regarding what the Krebs cycle is and what it does, as well as give you some related queries that you may find to be very helpful. If you go back, you'll see that there's also a variety of pre-populated tabs that you can look into. So, for example, if you want something on the socioeconomic data, you can do something on demographics, for example, in Russia. And it's going to tell you quickly how many people, density, life expectancy. Let's see, what does the distribution look like? I think we can distribute that, among ages there. That's interesting to know. And then, what are the metrics that they're using? And so it's really pretty cool. Now, you can also click on examples here and say, all right, what are some things that, Wolfmann Alpha can do? And I want to look into personal analytics of culture and media and my Facebook activity, for example. It's going to say here are some areas that you can do some further investigation with, such as popular words or friend networks. You can use this to analyze your Facebook data if you want to. So it's a really, really helpful tool. Again, highly engaging. It doesn't simply just give you the information, but it provides you something to dig in deeper with. And you also notice that they have a variety of other apps, like there's a problem generator, they have mobile apps. If I click on all of their products, they just have a ton of stuff that they have developed. So it's super cool. Works over cross platforms. I think it definitely is a standard to utilize in addition to Google. It surpasses Yahoo and Bing for sure. A second site one other thing that I do want to point out, as we talk about the multiple intelligence components, this particular format I see tying in very well with the natural intelligence of helping students distinguish between different types of plants or animals or weather formations. As it brings up illustrations and images, it gives the person with that aptitude the ability to quiz themselves very quickly. The intrapersonal intelligence, for people who have the ability to recognize and assess characteristics within themselves and others, utilizing this to say, yes, I can see how this absolutely connects in with my life. And obviously the logical mathematical intelligence shines in this particular platform as the STEM areas are truly highlighted. In the next one I want to share with you, this platform is called Livebinders, and I love this one, especially for the visual spatial intelligent people, because it gives them a graphical way to store their information. As you can see, each of their folders looks just like a 3-ring binder. I think this is kind of fun at the beginning. How many binders are created, how many binder views. They've saved 133,351 trees just by having this number of people subscribe to their platform. That's always kind of a fun piece, and the interpersonal intelligent person would certainly see that and say, hey, this is information that I can use. I feel like this is speaking to me. So if you were to click on any of these, say for example, Kim's Makerspace, her live binder, you'd see that it directly ties you into her website. So she's able to utilize this as a platform to go to everything that she finds valuable in her education components. So this is what she does with her binder. Other people might do something a little bit different with their binders. So for example, leveraging social media for schools. This page looks very different. As you can see, it has a variety of tabs that you can check into. For example, for Instagram, here's information that they have regarding what Ginger Lumen wants to promote as far as leveraging Instagram in with the schools. And then, for example, for Instagram's TOS or Terms of Service, she has a link for that you can go to right away. So it looks a little rudimentary on her page, but fantastic information. And that's really how a lot of these are constructed. It's really based upon the user's interest. Here's a folder for Pi Day. Who doesn't love pie, right? So they have a variety of different information about pi that could lend an exploratory session for this. Again, the visual spatial people, I can see where the musically inclined folks would like this as well, because it's one place to storehouse music and other sites like Guitar Tab, metronomes, other tools. Just a fantastic way to not only interact with other people, but you can utilize these as school classroom binders if you want to. Certainly they have under here a variety of education packages. They even have one set up where if you want to set up a 3-ring binder for substitute teachers, which is an absolutely genius idea. There's some for portfolios, teaching tools, administration, something to send home to parents. So again, you've got that multi-level education and support for the student, all within this one site. Fantastic. And then the third one I want to share is Explain Everything. This is one I think that works well with the whole concept of the flipped classroom and students working together in retention of the material, group project mastery. It works really, really well. And then if it's something where the student doesn't have time in class to work on them, they certainly have the ability to remotely utilize this platform. And as you can see, everything is set up on the page of the tablet here on this particular iPad, where you can highlight information just like you would on a smartboard. You can type into it if you'd like to, and if you saw some of the imagery prior to it, even if you're not the best artist in the world, you can still utilize it because people, or the software makes people very comfortable, because it will engage and expand to a higher quality of presentation. So it will make your shapes that much better. Again, it's like having a smartboard in class, except it's all right there at your fingertips. So if you want a student to expand beyond what you're doing, they can open up that Google Classroom module, bring it into this particular app, and voila, there you have it. Some of the features in this, they call it like Swiss Army knives. I don't know if that's always the best if you're talking about education, to be bringing in knives, but as like I mentioned, you can draw and annotate with it, import videos like you saw with the folding of the paper, and multi-layer your presentations. You can record over it. There is a timeline that you can add to it, so if you want to incorporate some of those multiple layers into video, you certainly have the ability to do that. One nice thing about this, as well as smartboards, is that there's an infinite canvas. You can continue to just keep going and keep going if you need to, and it allows for recognition of standardized math equations. Very, very helpful for the geometry student who just absolutely doesn't have a clue. The interface is simple and it's pretty easy to use. If you are talking about having a standardized platform to demonstrate the student's ability to master a platform or technology, not just use it, but use it to engage in their everyday relevant lives and in their studies, this is really a great site for that to happen. This works so well, say for example with the body kinesthetic intelligence, as this particular product helps them solve some problems through layering pictures and being able to put together presentations and solve for mathematical problems that might work in that spatial distance, might help somebody that's working with track or any other athletics. There's so many things that it can do with that very platform. Like I mentioned, the logical math intelligence ties in with the equations that you can work on with that, and obviously verbal intelligence. So absolutely key with this, as you can record or just use it as a presentation. So many things to do and so little time to just jump right into it. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the presentation I have for this particular little Web 2.0 presentation, and if you have questions, please let me know. Enjoy and keep exploring.